Okay, so this is a video for writing out some minor scales. Now the first one we're going to do is called the natural minor. It also has another name, but natural minor. Whose other name is the Aeolian mode. I won't get into why it's called a mode in this lesson. I might leave that for another time. But we'll just focus. So natural minor. Let's say we've been asked in our exam to complete a C natural minor. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is work out the key signature of C natural minor. So if I do myself a little mini circle of fifths, you can imagine it's your exam page. 4 notches, 2 in between each. I want to find a minor. We know that they're on the inside, and we know that A minor is at the top. Alright. Then we use our saying, fish can't get drunk after eating bait. Remember, our sharps go this way, and our flats go this way. Alright, A minor, so A is there. I want to find C, which is over here, so I've got to go this way. A, D minor, G minor, C minor. So it should have 1, 2, 3 flats. Alright, so I've got 3 flats. Going from the flat side, those flats will be B. I could write them on top here in pencil if I want to. The examiner's not going to mark me down for that. 3 flats, they're my 3 flats, B, E and A. Now I need to make sure that I write them in the correct spot and in that order. So 1 flat, there's a B, that's where E would be, that's where A would be. Alright. Now, where they put, for example, the E flat, there is, of course, E is also on this line here. Where they place them, really it's just convention. The fact that it lives at the top there still means that an E down here is still a flat, so that flat there is still impacting on this E, even though we don't put a flat down the bottom there as well. Just an important thing to note. Alright, once we've worked out how many flats we have, next thing to do is to write out our scale. We've got our key signature. I just don't want that to be in our way, so I'll rub that off. Let's start on C, would be a good start. Can I stress, it seems overly simplistic, I know, but please count 8 notes and get every space and every line when you're doing your minor scale or your major scale. So go all the way up. Leave a good deal of space between each note, that can be handy. Don't put them too close together. It can look clustered and confusing when you've got to do a bit more to it. Okay, so step 1 was write my key signature. Step 2 was to write my 8 notes, making sure I hit every line and space. I count them afterwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, seems silly, but count them. The number of students who've lost marks by only putting 7 notes when there should be 8. There's no need to lose marks for things like that. And there I have C natural minor, or C Aeolian mode. Alright. I'm going to take this one step further now. So that's natural minor, and that's just 2 steps. 2 steps. Key signature, 8 notes. To write now a harmonic minor is only one more step. Okay? So we're going to get rid of this now, and we're going to turn it into a harmonic minor. So if you're writing a harmonic minor, you can use this exact same process. All you need to do is add this extra step. Alright, and that is, and I write it down here, step 3, raise the 7th. You have to raise the 7th note. Now the 7th note is obvious because you've got 8 notes, it's 1 back. But if you have to write the numbers underneath them, and it can be handy for doing a lot of other scales as well, write the notes underneath. You're not going to get marked down for having the numbers written underneath your scale on an exam, okay? Now I can see where the 7th is, and I have to raise it. Be careful. Alright, a lot of people, or a common mistake would be to just put a sharp there. But that's not going to work, because this particular note is already a flat. It's already a flat. So in order to raise something that's already a flat, all I need to do is put a natural there. Okay? So when you're raising the 7th, it pays just to check the key signature and make sure that note isn't already a flat, or it might be a natural, or it might even be a sharp. You know, if it's a sharp and you have to raise it, then you've got to make it a double sharp. It doesn't come up too often, but it does occur. And there is your harmonic minor. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get rid of the harmonic minor, and we're going to do a different sort of minor. And this one's called a pentatonic minor. So we're going back to a natural C minor scale, okay? There's our natural C minor scale. We just have a key signature, and 8 notes is all we have. Alright. With a pentatonic, the step 3 is a little bit different. Alright, step 3 here again. Step 3 is going to be remove two and 6. 2 and 6. Well, easy enough, isn't it? Remove 2 and 6. So, because we have written our answer on our exam paper using a fine pointed pencil, and we've got an eraser prepared, it's perfectly legitimate to write a natural minor scale for a pentatonic scale, and I go, right, step 3, remove 2, remove 6. And I think that's often a safer way of writing a pentatonic minor than trying to skip the 2 and the 6 right from the get-go. Because if you skip the 2 and the 6, sometimes students, perhaps they get this gap wrong, or they get that gap wrong, or they remove the wrong note. If you remember 2 and 6, alright, and then you write out the full scale using steps 1 and 2. Step 1, key signature. Step 2, write 8 notes. Step 3, remove 2 and 6. You can't go wrong. Okay, so that's pentatonic minor. So just to recap, for all these scales we used a process of steps. Step 1 was the same for all of them. Write key signature. Okay. Step 2. Write 8 notes. When you're writing the 8 notes, you can write the numbers in underneath. Often a good idea, often handy to have the numbers written down, and that's perfectly fine. On your exam, you wouldn't even have to rub them out. You could just leave them there. They won't mark you down. Alright, so I should clarify. Step 3 is different for different minor scales. So let's say harmonic minor. And I'll just put a little M there. Harmonic minor, step 3, raise the 7th. Okay? Or pentatonic minor, step 3. Alright, because of course for a pentatonic you're not raising the 7th, you're doing something different. You're removing 2 and 6. Okay? So, writing natural minor, writing harmonic minor, writing a pentatonic minor. Step 1 and 2 are always the same. Write the key sig, write your 8 notes. For harmonic minor, you then also have to raise the 7th by either putting a natural on the note because it's already a flat, or putting a sharp on the note because it's a natural note normally, or putting a second sharp on it maybe because it's a sharp already. And then you get your harmonic minor. Alternatively, you've done step 1 and 2 and you need to write a pentatonic minor. All you need to do now is get your eraser and rub out notes 2 and note 6, and you have your pentatonic minor. And you should get full marks for that question, hopefully.